it makes sure that you're paying attention. So I just turned it on just now. You heard that sound?
Yeah.
That means it's on right now. So my hands is on the steering wheel when it asks for it, because there's a camera here that lets that see if you're paying attention as well. So I just want to make sure there's someone there paying attention, because you don't want people like driving a car. The car just ran through the yellow. So some cars have it, the software, and some cars don't really have it. But it's it can drive itself in the city streets for the most part.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So everything that you're feeling right now, the car slowing down, the car accelerating, the car stopping, that's the car doing all of that stuff. The car turning, anything like that. Right now the car's slowing down because of this car is about to make a turn.
I forgot who it was, the name of him, right? But I had a driver last week. I swear on my life, dude pulled up to the same house he picked me up from in a Ferrari Spider.
You know, for you lying?
Nah.
On an Uber?
Yeah, for an Uber.
Wow, Ferrari Spider, isn't that a two-seater?
You can get a 4, but it's more expensive.
But so it was
most of them are 2.
So he picked you up on a 2-seater Tesla?
Nah, 4.
Oh, okay. Wow, that is amazing.
I hadn't seen a Ferrari in a while, so I was just like, okay.
I know, I rarely see those, especially in Minnesota. It's not a car you want to like drive here, maybe in the summertime, but
yeah,
when the roads are bad, you see more of those like in Florida or you know, Cali or something like that.
Last time I was in Florida, all I see is Lambos, Rolls Royces, everything.
Yeah, if you go down to Miami, that's the economy pretty much. There are people that rent them out.
Same with Tampa.
Oh, okay. I used to live in Tampa.
I went over there, so my mom was doing school online for Florida for med school, and so we went down there for a graduation. All of Tampa, like when you go into the city, not the campsites and shit.
Yeah.
But like when you go into the city part of Tampa, there is Ferraris, Lambo, everything everywhere.
Okay. See, I left there when I was like 12 or 13 years old. So you see the cars signaling by itself doing this. So they're going to signal and get on 40 West here. So this is something a Ferrari Spider cannot do. The Ferrari Spiders are fast and they look really nice. The engine sound great. But some of these Teslas could actually outrun, or in terms of speed off the line.
Isn't the Model 3 0 to 60 like 3 seconds?
No, it's not 3. It's 3.7, I believe. The performance might be like 3.7 or 3.5, I believe. This one is 3.9 from 0 to 60. That's how I gauge it up. So I save a lot of money at home, charging it at home compared to charging a Tesla Superchargers. And the Tesla Supercharger, I have to wait till like 9 o'clock before it gets down to the low end, because there's peak time when they charge more.
I know some of the high-V chargers are free to use. You just pull up.
They take forever though.
Yeah.
They call those the public chargers. I will be sitting there for hours. It's the time that I'm wasting charging there, I could have been making money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just go to a Tesla Supercharger, charge it. That's why I said on Monday to Friday to Saturday, I work. Unless I'm really low and I have to charge it between that time where it's more expensive. Yeah. But usually I'll charge it as soon as it gets to 9 o'clock. That's when I charge it. So I want to pay as little money as possible. Yeah. That's what saves you. That's the benefit of owning an electric car. The fact that electricity is cheaper than gas.
I make my money on stocks, right? I kind of do the same thing. The minute you see like a slight drop, it's your key to sell. Because 98% of the time with stocks, when you see that slight drop, you're losing your money.
Oh, really?
So when you said gauging it with the battery, I kind of do something similar like that. I just pay attention to the numbers and watch for a drop.
Okay. Yeah, that could be a good way to look at things. But you're young right now.
Yeah, I'm only 18.
So I'm going to signal. I signaled here for the car to be on this lane because it's too, you know, if that was me driving, I would have been on this lane a little bit sooner. But the car, I know the mistakes that the car is going to make when it's, right now we're still on the full self driving. Right now we're on city streets. So I knew the car would, if it was going to slow down, it would have slowed down a lot harder because that car kind of got in front of us. So before it did that, I just switched lane a little bit earlier. I forced it to switch lane because I just signaled. When I signaled, the car would switch lane by itself. But usually, it would just see the car coming and it would, oh snap, let me slow down. You know, wait till last minute type of thing. And it gets jarring. It'll get uncomfortable for you.
Yeah.
So right there, I'll just signal for it to come on this lane right here. So it's a great system, but it's still some kinks that they need to work on.
Yeah. I can see that with the map. The kind of spaces the car is out too much.
Yeah. So this, like, you see them, it's visualizing the cars that are that's in front of us and the ones that are behind us. So it pretty much knows. So not this, it did this by itself. It's signal. And then it came to this lane because eventually we have to exit soon. So it's doing all of this right now without me telling it what to do. Which is just, it's to me, every day I come and I see this, it's doing this, it just put a smile on my face because I know what the future holds, right? Because you're 18 and I'm a lot older than you. You know, by the time you get to my age group, you're gonna see what the technology hopefully by that time will be way more mature. You know, I think electric is the wave, it's the future.
Who found ways to do it.
Right. Oh man, yeah. If that happens, bro, the world will be in chaos because fossil fuel, that affects a lot of countries around the world. A lot of countries are rich because of that.
Like Iran, they're rich off because we buy the oil from them.
Mainly Saudi Arabia and not Iran specifically, mainly Saudi Arabia and like countries like Kuwait. Is it Kuwait or Qatar? It's one of those countries. They're very rich off of oil. Could be Kuwait. A lot of Middle Eastern countries, a lot of even America produce more oil than any country in the world. But you know, we use a lot of it, so we have to buy some of it from different parts of the world because pretty much a lot of people drive here, and you know, we need a lot of oil. The car right now is slowing down because of the stop sign. It's slowing down a little bit too soon, you know. But you know, it's going to come here, slow down, and then it's signaling to make this left turn here. So it'll wait for the car that got here before. So after that car goes, we should go. So it did that right there, right? Anything you see on blue, that means it's paying attention to those cars. Those cars are coming, they might be coming towards our path. So that felt it felt natural, right? So that's the whole system, is collecting some of that data, and then based on how I interact with the car, let's say if the car is going slow in a certain situation, if I accelerate, they have that data right there. If I take control, I force the car to disengage, they have that data. Oh, why did you disengage? You know, and they'll figure out a way to solve that. That's how the system will get better based on that data. So we're coming up here to our turn, and the car will slow down. It should. Let's see what it does. This is our turn here, right? So it slowed down. It slowed down unnaturally right there. That was not human-like, but it's going to make the turn. All right. Tell me when to stop.
You can pull up more.
Pull up more?
Yeah.
Okay, let me take control of it.